Hello and welcome to a new episode of the WB Weekly Report for Sunday, June the 11th of 2023. I'm your host. My name is Tyler Peters. And thanks to our staff for organizing the top 5 pro wrestling headlines. Coming in at number 1, it's Bloodline Turmoil. Jimmy cost Jay, the Usos. Are they going to be taking on Roman Reigns and Solo at Money in the Bank, possibly SummerSlam? The WWE has witnessed Solo align with Roman Reigns after turning against his brother. Just a few weeks ago, if you remember or recall, Roman Reigns wanted Jimmy punished for what happened at Night of Champions when he got super kicked, when Jimmy had finally had enough and did the unthinkable. This week's edition saw Jey Uso confront Solo and Paul Heyman, the wise man, the special counsel. Jay's being emotionally distraught, as one might imagine, after seeing his own brother Solo execute the Samoan spot to another sibling in Jimmy Uso. The wise man would place the blame naturally on Jimmy, and he says Roman Reigns wants to groom Jey Uso, so Jay would challenge Austin Theory for the United States Championship. Thanks to Zero News, we got to give them a lot of credit. One reason Roman Reigns, we're witnessing him have all these tag team matches, is it's a way to extend this precedented, this historical title reign. So thanks to our partners at Zero News, could it be the Usos versus Roman and Solo, either at Money in the Bank or possibly at SummerSlam? I think either one of those would be likely choices. Moving along at number 2, Charlotte versus Asuka, also a women's tag team unification match. WWE official Adam Pearce said they would be unveiling a new WWE Women's Championship. He introduces Raw Women's Champion Asuka, the Empress of Tomorrow. They're interrupted by 14-time champion, a returning Charlotte Flair. And Charlotte is not going to wait in line. Heck, she said she created that line to Adam Pearce. Charlotte respects Asuka. We know their history going back to that great WrestleMania encounter. Charlotte Flair challenges Asuka for this new Women's Championship. So we're going to see it in upcoming weeks on Friday Night SmackDown, from what I understand. And also, and speaking of championships, we would see the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions be introduced by Kayla Braxton. In the ring, it would be Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. Let me clarify there. But they would be interrupted by the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. That would be Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. Baszler said, hey, listen, I'm the reason why they invented those tag team titles for NXT for the women's division. And Ronda Rousey would say, hey, we're just dominating the competition, this whole division. And that's when a skirmish would happen, meaning a brawl, and we would see Alba Fire and Isla Dawn accepting a title versus title unification match. At number 3, it'll be Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar, number 3, with a special stipulation. The website One, which is the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Dave Meltzer, you probably know if you pay attention to wrestling news. One reported this news regarding a special stipulation for a planned match for SummerSlam. Speaking of the American Nightmare and the Beast going the trilogy, meaning number 3, in other words. Here's a quote from One, their report. Got to give them credit. Brock Lesnar versus Cody Rhodes 3 will be one of the SummerSlam main events. There's been a lot of talk about adding a special stipulation. One of the ideas, they're bringing back actually a very old school concept, the bull rope match, and that's been discussed, at least according to the rumors, by One in their reporting. So I want to thank them. Coming in at number 4, CM Punk faces a historic rival, Samoa Joe, at AEW Collision. The WB desired to compose the historical context by examining 2 Ring of Honor stalwarts. And coming up on Saturday, June the 17th, at AEW Collision, their inaugural episode, the debut, in other words, these noted rivals ignite their rivalry, maybe not one-on-one in a singles contest, rather a 6-man tag team match, as it was announced by Tony Khan, that we're going to see CM Punk team up with FTR to take on Samoa Joe, who is currently the ROH TV champion, as he teams with the Switchblade, Jay White, and Juice Robinson, the stars that were recently signed from New Japan Pro Wrestling. And that will be going down from Chicago's famed United Center in the Windy City, and we're talking all things AEW Collision. But Let's give you a brief history about Samoa Joe and Punk going back to their Ring of Honor days. It's very fitting that we discuss it. And 2004 was a golden year to a lot of wrestling fans. Joe versus Punk, the first match remained a phenomenon for the wrestling audience that followed Ring of Honor specifically. Fans scouting alternatives that rivaled the mainstream wrestling promotions would find a purer form containing this youthful rebellion. Thus, it generated immense followings. It had a popularity. It just had a unique, different feel, yet there was tradition involved. And coming in, Motor City Machine Guns are both champions in Impact Wrestling. That's nothing new if you follow these guys' careers. Chris Sabin became a 9-time Impact X Division champion after dethroning Trey Miguel at Impact's Against All Odds pay-per-view from this Friday night. Alex Shelley also won the Impact Wrestling World Championship against the champion at the time, Steve Maclin, ending his title reign at the pay-per-view. So a lot going on. Let's not forget about some of the exciting things going on and transpiring within Impact Wrestling. The Motor City Machine Guns are 3-time TNA/Impact World Tag Team Champions. Sabin has won it twice, and Shelley has won it once. They are 1-time Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions. So congrats to them both on winning gold. Well, this concludes another episode of the WB Weekly Report for Sunday, June the 11th, 2023. Please like, follow, and subscribe to WrestleBuddy.com. But I'm your host, Tyler Peters, and until next time, goodbye to you all. It's been the WB Weekly Report.